We've been talking quite a bit about the rise of anti-Semitism in Europe, and there is a really interesting video of Zvika Klein from Jewish news outlet NRG, who walked around for 10 hours in Paris. And this was inspired by the video of a woman walking around in New York City for 10 hours and making a compilation of when she was harassed and catcalled. And this is a similar idea that Zvika Klein did, wearing a kippah and wearing tzitzit, which are these kind of ritual tassels that Jews, more religious Jews, sometimes wear. And you can see the stringy part of them typically hanging below the shirt that one would wear over them. And the clip really shows that unabashed harassment of Jews, those noticeably Jewish, is rife within Paris. And I was recently in Paris, and I wondered when we went to just a simple Jewish art and history museum in the Marais, at the level of security that was there, thinking, this is just a little museum. Why is so much security necessary? And upon talking to some of the individuals at the museum and the stories they told about vandalism and harassment, it became apparent why they have that level of security. And now we'll look at some of this video. This is just a guy walking around Paris with a kippah. You will hear him and see him being called a dog, being spit at, harassed. Let's take a look.
Pousse-les! Pousse-les! Non, non! Rigole, il mange pas de chien. Rigole, le mien. Il y en a qui se font enculer ici, là. Il y en a qui se font baiser ici, mon frère.
One little boy was shocked at the appearance of Klein wearing a kippah, saying, "What is he doing here, mommy? Doesn't he know that he will be killed?" This is happening at a time where the Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, is saying Europe is no longer even safe for Jews. Of course, we saw the Belgian Prime Minister, the Danish Prime Minister, all saying, no, 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 Jews are safe here. This is okay for Jews. And now we see this video in Paris. It is truly stunning to see just this level of unabashed insulting of someone who's just walking by.
I was in Paris when I was 13 for a bat mitzvah, and my grandmother listens to the show, and she heard us talking about anti-Semitism in Europe recently. And she said, do you remember that when in Paris, when we were outside the synagogue, that the police just told us came over and told all the Jews that they can't stand around here, that they need to get out of here. And I said, no, I don't really remember that. But I guess this happened to me and my grandmother when we were in Paris.
The contrast is interesting with the amount of Hasidic and Orthodox Jews here in New York City, seeing people dressed much more conspicuously on an either weekly, daily, or even hourly basis, depending on which neighborhood of New York City you're in. There are tensions here with the Orthodox Jewish groups, but they're mostly around economic conflict in certain neighborhoods that are less well off. This type of thing is very, very different. And there were a couple comments to this video saying, hey, he was calling attention to himself by wearing a yarmulke and the tzitzit, which is like saying a Muslim deserves to be bullied because they're wearing traditional dress, or a Muslim woman wearing a headscarf is kind of bringing the harassment onto herself. That is a very, very just flat out incorrect path to take.
Yeah, it does not make any sense. I mean, this is something Jews wear, and other people from other religions wear other things. It's just, I feel like even that comment trying to defend the harassers is anti-Semitic in itself.
It is absolutely insane.